good day everyone. I will be talking to you about uh, one of the lessons or one of the major theories in social science. Of course, we are now here in this subject, discipline and ideas in the social science. That is module number 6. So, of course, I always make sure that my students will follow this online etiquette. So, let's have a short review. So, the following picture symbolizes something in our daily life. What interpretations can you make to the following objects? So, I will be presenting here the following objects, and in my class, I will be asking on how they will interpret these objects presented based on their personal experience and encounter of these objects being presented. So, like for this one in a tree, so others may say that trees is a place to relax, or others may give a negative meaning to a tree. So it depends based on their encounter to the tree. So same thing with the second picture and the third picture and the fourth picture. On the third picture, this one, the chair, students may give meaning, but they have different meanings based on their personal encounter with this object. So my first activity here is this activity, which is isang tanong, isang sagot. So here, you will be presented with the directions. So the following, I will be presenting here the memes found on Facebook application. So my students will answer the questions on the memes honestly, then they will justify their answer, why they choose or why they chose that answer. So like for this one, alin ang mas mahirap, mag-move on o maningil ng utang? And this one, sino ang dapat sundin mo? Sigaw ng puso mo o sigaw ng nanay mo? And this one, alin ang mas masarap sa kanila? Tocino or itlog? So, if they will answer, like for example, the last question, tocino or itlog ba? If they will say tocino is the masarap, then they will give me their answer why they chose tocino over itlog. So then after that, I will be asking these questions, and I will be asking the last question is about linking to our lesson. Then now my student would give me an answer about rational choice theory. So I will be presenting now the MELC. So analyze the basic concepts and principles of the major social sciences like rational choice theory. And the following objectives are: explain rational choice theory, discuss the key concepts in rational choice theory, illustrate the cost-benefit analysis in decision making, and appreciate the important role of preferences in making decisions. So what is rational choice theory? When we say rational choice theory, this is also called as rational or rational action theory or choice theory, wherein individuals use rational calculations to make rational choices and achieve outcomes that are aligned in their own personal objectives. The use of rational choice theory is estimated that the outcomes provided by people with the greatest benefit and satisfaction given the choices they have available. It is also used to model human decision making, especially in the context of microeconomics. I would like to reiterate here that the rational choice theory was first introduced in the field of economics. So it helps economists better understand the behavior of a society in terms of individual actions sorry, as planned through rationality in which choices are consistent because they are made according to one's personal preference. So, bakit nila pinili yun? Because that's their choice, that's their preference. Kung ang itlog ba or tocino, because they choose. I mean, they prefer itlog. Okay? Sabi nga ng klasiko kanina, they like itlog kasi it is a good source for protein over tocino, which is a processed food, sabi nila. So, it's their personal preference. For economists, rationality simply means that when you make a choice, you will choose the thing you like best. Siyempre, pipiliin mo ba yung hindi mo gusto? Diba? In this theory, cost-benefit analysis is always performed in every given situation and is considered an instinctual response to every human. Here are some questions commonly asked during the cost-benefits analysis, and may I suggest you to take these questions, use these questions when you choose something. Okay, like for example, will this benefit me? How will this benefit me? And what will I have to sacrifice? When you choose A or B, kailangan talaga may isakripisyo dyan. If you chose A, then isasakripisyo mo si B. If you chose B, then isasakripisyo mo si A. So, what will I have to sacrifice if I will choose this? How much will it cost? Syempre, kailangan talaga dyan. It involves money when you choose something. So, for example here, I would like you to analyze this question and how rational choice theory is applied in this situation. For example, Sebastian has two classmates whom he wants to be friends with. Ethan has a social outcast but has the newest action game. And Alistair, the most popular in class but does not like to play action games. Sebastian's first level of cost-benefit analysis is choosing between having the chance to play the newest game or not. His second level of cost-benefit analysis is choosing where he would like to be associated with social outcasts or with the most popular student in class. So the rational choice for Sebastian would then be dependent on which is more important to him, to play the game or to be associated with the popular crowd. These examples provide the basic principles of social choice theory, wherein preferences play an important role in decision making, while the individual rationalizes the burdens and benefits of her individual choice. So dito sa sitwasyon na ito, kung ikaw ay si Sebastian, who would you like to choose? Yung isa na mahilig maglaro ng online game, or yung isa na mahilig maglaro ng online game pero hindi naman siya sociable, or yung isa na hindi naglalaro ng popular game pero he is very sikat in the crowd. Halimbawa na lang siguro campus crush or maybe kilala siya sa campus, di ba? So, sino ngayon ang pipiliin mo? You have to decide. And you have to take consideration the cost-benefit. Okay? So, here's the assumptions of the rational choice theory. Number one is the individualism. Individualism is the individuals who ultimately take action. Siyempre, who will choose? Diba? Yung mga tao din naman. So, individuals as actors in the society and everywhere they go behave and act always as rational beings, self-calculating, and self-interested, and self-maximizing. These individual social actions are the ultimate source of larger social outcomes. And number two naman, when we say optimality, individuals choose their actions optimally, given their individual preferences as well as the opportunities or constraints which they are facing with. And like Abel, he defines optimality as taking place when no other course of action would be preferred by individual over the course of action the individual has chosen. Yung yun. This does not mean that the course of action that the actor adopts is the best in terms of some objectives and outside judgment. Hindi naman lahat ng pinipili mo is good. Diba? The rational choice theory therefore assumes, according to Abel, that individuals do the best they can given their circumstances as they see them. And number three naman is the structures. He argues that structures and norms that dictate a single course of action are merely special cases of rational choice theory. So in other words, the range of choices in other circumstances differ from choices in a strong structural circumstance where there may be only one choice. Okay? Although these structures may be damaging to the rational choice model, individuals will often find a way to exercise action optimally. Hence, the rational choice model may not necessarily show harmony, consensus, or equality in courses of action. Hindi naman lahat ng pinipili natin ay mayroon talagang pinagpipilian. Minsan mayroon tayong sinasabing no choice, di ba? Walang kasing pagpipilian, di ba? Regarding interest. This assumption states that the action of individual are concerned entirely with his own welfare. Pinili mo yung bagay na yon because that you will benefit from it. And that's for the common good of yours. You think makakabuti sa'yo. That's why you chose that. Abel noted that in as much as this is a key assumption in the rational choice approach, is not as essential to the approach as the assumption on optimality. Optimality. Diba? Rationality. This appears to be the most predominant assumption of the rational choice theory. Dito talaga yung lahat sa rationality. So all individuals, according to this assumption, act in ways that would benefit them more. Every individual is most likely to undertake courses of actions that they perceive to the best possible option and one that would immensely be to their own advantage. Pinili mo yung bagay na yon because you can take advantage out of it. Diba? Siyempre, hindi mo naman pipiliin yung bagay na alam mong hindi ka magbe-benefit or hindi ka makakakuha ng advantage. Diba? So, let's have the important theorist. C. Stanley Gibbons. He is an English economist who applied the principles of rational choice theory in political economy. I would like to reiterate, class, nagsimula talaga ang rational choice theory sa field ng economics. Inulit ko na lang to ngayon pero nasabi ko na siya kanina. So Gibbons was one of the first to advance the theory of marginality, marginal utility or tinatawag nating value, which sought application in determining and understanding consumers' behavior. This theory states that the utility of something decreases as more of it consumed. The theory held that the utility of each additional unit of a commodity, the marginal utility, is less and less to the customer. When you are thirsty, for example, you get a great utility from the glass of water. Kung kung uhaw na uhaw ka, unang kuha mo ng tubig, ang dami mong maiinom. Pero dahil medyo nauuhaw ka na lang, next mong kuha ng tubig, konti na lang. So, nagliles yung value ng commodity para sa iyo. So, once your thirst is quenched, the second and third glasses are less and less appealing. Feeling waterlogged, you will eventually refuse water altogether. So, the value, according to Gibbons, depends entirely upon the utility. Okay? So, yung value ng isang bagay ay hindi na appealing sa iyo kung alam mong hindi mo na siya kailangan. Ganun naman talaga 'yon. Kapag hindi ka na kailangan ng tao, huyo ka na lang sa kanila. Wow, may hugot, di ba? So, 'yon. Next theorist is Gary Becker. He is an American economist who expanded the study of economics to the realm of sociology and other social sciences. So, from the time na ginagamit lang ang social theory sa economics, dito kay Becker, nang pag-isipan niya, bakit hindi ito i-apply sa iba pang discipline ng social science? Kaya nag-extend siya sa sociology. So, he suggested that human behavior is subject to economic analysis. He argued that individuals act to minimize their own welfare, thereby taking the scope of economics beyond mere calculation of financial gains. For Becker, it is detrimental to choose preferences outside the necessary skills and talents required to complete the task. He said that if the purpose of human behavior is the maximization of welfare, then discrimination in a corporate setting leads to an opposite effect. So he added that preferences are also to be chosen based on rational decisions. Okay. Thus, a true rational choice is having a clear understanding not only of the situation and the given choices, but also of the factors that are imposed by the individual actors in decision making. So, hindi lahat ng pinipili natin, mayroon tayong mga pinili because along the way when we decide to choose that thing, mayroong mga factors na naka-impluensya sa'yo. Just like maybe for example when the time na nagpumipili ka sa yung track sa senior high school, nung hindi ka pa nakakapag-usap sa mga kaibigan mo, you have your personal choice, gusto mo maging ABM, but because habang nag-decide ka, bigla mong may nakausap yung mga best friends mo or mga beshes mo sa school, and they decided to choose UMS. So ikaw naman nag-UMS ka na lang kasi na-impluwensyahan ka ng mga best friends mo. Ayaw mong mag-isa sa ABM kasi lahat ng mga friends mo ay nasa UMS. So yun yung sinasabing factors na naka-impluwensya sa pagpili mo ng track. So now let's move on to the criticisms and limitations of this rational choice theory. Rational choice theory is heavily criticized for its neglect of ethical and moral standards. Oo nga naman. Minsan kasi pumipili ka at your own advantage. Wala kang pakialam kung mayroon kang masasagasaang tao. Pwede naman, di ba? Pinili ko to kasi makakabuti sa akin. Wala kang pake kung may nasaktan ka, kung may sinakripisyo ka. Minsan hindi maganda ang rational choice theory, di ba? The main philosophy of rational choice theory is the acquisition of personal interest, power, and wealth. Take note. Bakit mo pinili? Because of you have personal interest and you also have the power and wealth, di ba? It is not strict with the method and the product of decision making. Rather, it analyzes the outcome and the preferences based on What is optimal and ultimately beneficial for individual actor? Pinili mo siya because it is beneficial to you. Diba? So, question. Gusto kong isagot ninyo ito at kung kayo man ay hindi ko mga estudyante pero nanonood kayo sa aking video na ito, video discussion, pwede kayong sumagot sa ating comment section. Gusto ko malaman kung anong sagot ninyo dito. So this is the question. Aside from your choice of which track to enroll in, cite an instance in your daily life wherein you applied rationality in making a final choice or decision. Elaborate your answer by giving not only your choice and the options available but also the reason for your choice. Marami kayong mga bagay na dumating sa punto na pinagpilian, dumating sa punto na kailangan mong mamili. Diba? So, dahil pandemic ngayon, pipiliin ko bang magpatuloy ako sa private school dahil doon ako nagsimula sa private school, or lilipat ako sa public school? Kasi sa private school, patuloy ang bayad kahit hindi naman kami nasa school. So ngayon, magdi-decide ka. Are you going to enroll sa private school sa grade 12 na dating nasa private school ka, or mananatili ka sa private school? I-consider mo yung cost benefits. Ano-ano mga dapat mong isakripisyo kung sakaling may piliin ka sa dalawa? Or track, kasi yun ang ano dito, track. Halimbawa, ABM and UMS. Gusto mo mag-ABM, pero kasi yung mga kaibigan mo nasa UMS. Susundin mo ba yung gusto mo, or may impluwensyahan ka sa pinili ng mga friends mo? Mayroon ka talaga dyan i-sacrifice. So, if you have answers, lalong-lalo na sa mga hindi ko estudyante, you can comment down sa video comment section dito sa aking YouTube account. Okay? Gusto ko marinig kung ano ang pipiliin niyo, or kung ano ang nangyari, kung mayroon ba kayong experience sa ganito. Kahit hindi yung track, kahit ibang bagay na lang na dumating yung point na namili kayo. Okay? So, situation analysis. A girl or a boy went to the mall to buy school shoes. Upon entering the shoe section, a pair of ragged shoes caught his or her attention. The girl-boy was having a hard time choosing between school shoes or ragged shoes. So, if you are in this situation, what will you choose? Okay, gusto ko rin maraman kung anong sagot ninyo, kaya please write your answer sa comment section ng video na ito. So, ito pwede nyo rin itong sagutan sa inyong mga scratch paper. Kung hindi ko man kayo mga estudyante, okay lang, pwede kayong mag-participate. Tapos ilagay nyo sa sa scratch paper ang sagot. Kasi at the end of this slide, mayroon akong sagot dito. Tingnan natin kung mayroon kayong naintindihan sa aking discussion ngayon. So, sagutan lang ang mga sumusunod ng true or false. The key elements of rational choice explanations are individual preferences, beliefs, and constraints. Is it true or false? 2. Preferences play a significant role in decision making. Is it true or false? Rational choice theory is also called as rational action theory or choice theory. True or false? Rational choice theory states that individuals use irrational calculations to make rational choices and achieve outcomes that are aligned with their own personal objectives. Is it true or false? And lastly, rational choice theory is the perspective that people act as they do since they think that acting on their chosen human activity has much profit than costs. So, gusto niyo na bang malaman ang sagot? Pwede niyong i-check kung tamang inyong mga sagot. kung mayroon kayo talagang natutunan sa aking lesson. So, number 1, true. Okay, yan ang mga sagot sa tanong ko kanina. Sa mga statements ko kanina. So, here's your assignment. Ayan. So, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at panonood ng aking video discussion. Sa mga estudyante ko, mag-antay na lang kayo ng quiz doon sa ating Google Classroom at sagutan ninyo. The due date of that will be in the weekend. Okay? So, maraming salamat ulit sa inyong pakikinig at maraming salamat sa pagtangkilik ko sa mga weekly discussions ko about discipline and ideas in the social sciences. Once again, this is Teacher Bam. Bye, everyone.